Hey friends, welcome to Little Country Cabin. Well, cold and flu season is bearing down on us, and I need to make a batch of elderberry syrup. And I'm going to show you how and why you should in the next few minutes. Okay, for our elderberry syrup, we're going to start with a heavy bottom stainless steel pan. To that, we're going to add 2 cups of dried elderberries. And I get my dried elderberries from Mountain Rose Herbs, and I'll leave a link down below for them. To that, we're going to add 4 cups of some really good, clean, pure water, distilled water, filtered rainwater, or purified water that you buy, bottled water. I'm going to add 1 vanilla bean that was left over from some extraction that I did making vanilla extract, your own homemade vanilla extract. I'm sure there'll be a future video on that. I'm going to add a tablespoon of ground dried ginger. Now, you can add anything that you want or anything that you like. If you like cloves, cinnamon, if you don't like the ginger, I like the vanilla. Some people may not like it. But it's just, you can make it your own, what you like and what you don't like. Ginger is really, really good. It's a warming herb. And when you have a cold or flu or something like that, it's just a pleasant herb to have. Now that we have our water, elderberries, ginger, and vanilla bean incorporated, we're going to bring this to a gentle boil. And then once it comes to a gentle boil, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. And we'll simmer it. We'll place a lid on it, and then we'll simmer it for 30 minutes. I wanted to talk to you about the benefits of elderberries and elderberry syrup. Elderberry syrup is the most popular herbal remedy for colds and flu in Europe today, and elderberries possess a very powerful antiviral, and if you can combine that with echinacea, you have an amazing immune boost for your body. The elderberry syrup will actually help prevent colds and flu, and in the case that you do get a cold or flu, they help to shorten the severity and the length of that. Now, with all of that said, I'm by no means a doctor or an expert, but I did research and I discovered the benefits of elderberry, and I felt like that the elderberry syrup was something that I wanted to incorporate into our family's good health practices. I want to know what's going in my body, and I want to know what's going in my family's body. And by making the elderberry syrup, that's a big step in that direction. So I encourage you to do your research, and I encourage you to make the decisions for yourself, what you feel comfortable with. Okay, our elderberries have been simmering for 30 minutes, so I'm going to turn the fire off out from under them. I'm going to show you what they look like. And the dried elderberries have actually soaked up a lot of the moisture, kind of fattened up and plumped up. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put the lid back on, and we're going to let them steep for 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll come back and we'll pour it up. Now our elderberries have steeped for an hour, and it's time to pour them up. Okay, so I'm going to pour them through this strainer here, and I probably should have an apron on. And I may have to do this in 2 parts because this is quite a bit of elderberries. Ooh, and I am making a mess. Let's see. We still might can get most of it in here. Those really, really soaked up a lot of moisture and cooked out those wonderful compounds. That's what the 30 minutes was for, and also the hour steeping. That's to let those wonderful elderberry compounds come out into the liquid. Whew, I think I'm going to make it. Just about. Look there. And what I'll do with these elderberries after I press them out really good, they'll probably go in my compost pile. Things like to go back to what they came from. I do know that. Okay. Oh, I did make a mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up. I need a stainless steel strainer. I don't have one. That's on my list to get. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of press just a little bit. And I want to get as much of this liquid as I can. There's times when you don't want to press your herbs, especially if you're doing oils, infused oils or such as that. But we'll talk about that in other videos, because what it'll do is cloud your oils. But in this case, we definitely want to get as much of this wonderful compound as we can. Oh, that is beautiful. We are going to end up with about 2 cups of wonderful elderberry juice. This is like a reconstituted juice. Oh, it smells just divine. Elderberry, if you're wondering, most people find elderberry syrup very, very pleasant. When you add your sweetener to it, and we're going to use local honey. It is a very pleasant syrup to take. You would probably just as a preventive, 1 to 2 teaspoons a day. It wouldn't be hard for me to take a couple of tablespoons a day. It tastes so good. I think we're good. Well, yeah. Okay, so we're going to stop, and I'll set this over here in the pan, and if it drains a little. Okay, as you can see, we ended up with about 2 cups of the juice. And to that, I'm going to add, I'm just shy of a cup of honey, but that was the last of my honey. But you would normally add about half, again, as much as the juice that you have. So we have about 2 cups. So we're going to put in about a cup of honey. And one thing that I wanted to mention to you is that you don't want to put honey in very, very hot syrup. And this syrup has cooled just a bit, because the heat will destroy the wonderful compounds, the wonderful enzymes that is in the honey. And oh, I don't think I want to put my pretty little silicone spatula down in there, so I'm going to go back with this. Tell you what, I better put it over here. Okay, so we're going to stir this. Yes, that's warm, but that is not hot. You don't want to put honey, and you want it warm so that the honey will dissolve, but you don't want to destroy the wonderful enzymes in that honey. So we're going to stir this up and get that honey dissolved in there really well. And I've got 2 bottles here. These are maple syrup bottles, and I love these. I love to reuse pretty bottles, and I just thought these were very pretty, and I washed them up and put them up, and I knew that I would probably use them for something like elderberry syrup. So that feels pretty well incorporated in there. Oh, it smells wonderful. And I don't know if you realize it, but any plant that has red, purple, or dark colors like this, you're already on your way to better health with that. And then the elderberry has the wonderful antiviral compounds on top of that. But if you can eat something, peppers, tomatoes, anything, any of our fresh fruits and vegetables that have color to them, much, much better for you. Okay, yes, that feels like it's very well blended. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do this without making a big mess. Haven't been too successful so far. Take the lid off of here. And I'm just going to pour 1 bottle for you so that you can see how it looks going in. I think that's a good place to stop. That is a beautiful bottle of elderberry syrup that I made. I know exactly what's in it. It didn't take very long, didn't take a lot of my time today. I was still able to get a lot of things done. It's very, very healthy for my family. It's going to help us stay healthy through this cold and flu season. I hope you give it a try. Okay, I wanted to share with you some final words about our elderberry syrup. One thing, because I made this syrup with honey, you don't want to give it to children under 1 year old because there is a botulism, an infantile botulism. It's very rare, but children under 1 year are susceptible to that if they consume honey, so we don't want that. So that's one note. But if you prefer, you can use any sweetener of choice. You can use stevia, an organic sugar, maple syrup. Any of those would be great. Just whatever you're most comfortable with or whatever that you have. And also you need to refrigerate this because it's not preserved. It doesn't have enough sugar in it to actually become a preservative. Now we probably could add enough sweetener to it that it would be shelf stable, but I label it with the date and just put it in my refrigerator. It's not going to last anyway. We're going to consume it through the winter time, so it will be perfectly fine for the next several months in the refrigerator. So those were some things that I wanted to make note of and bring your attention to. And also, I just want to thank you so much for stopping by my cabin. If you like this video, please like it, hit subscribe, and I really, really want you to come back and see me again real soon. I'm going to be posting more videos, and grab you a cup of coffee when you have a few minutes and you want to sit and relax and visit me. Pull up a video and we'll just spend some time together. Thanks again for stopping by.